have sewn Rudi using the uni wire. It's the same size wire I would wear a 40 for the original pattern. I would wear a 40 wire, so I ordered a 40 wire also, but uni wire. And this uni wire actually is able to fit my pattern. You have seen the pictures, you have seen the sew along, and I haven't changed the pattern when I did this bikini top. However, it's not with the Underwire at this moment, as you can see. However, let me just talk a little bit about pattern alterations so that we would really fit the wire on our bikini. The wire on our bikini. First of all, this one has a small change. It's not this one, it's the purple, because this one I changed here, and if you watch the tutorial you will know why I did this small change on the pattern. So this is not the original, this already has a small change here. But then if you measure, if you ignore the seam allowance, don't forget that the seam allowance is 0.8, so on my new line 0.8 would be here. I didn't draw my seam allowance, but it would be something like this. And I measured from my pattern until I reached this part here, which is 13 centimeters, and I measured from here to here, which is 5.6. So I actually have 18.6 total when my dart is sewn. So this means that the wire would have something like that. And if we do it as original, as I mentioned on the original pattern, everything will match according to the sizes of the size chart for the wire, etc. But if I wanted to do an adjustment on the pattern so that I'm really fitting it into a wire, I would have to change some things. So the first thing I did was designing my wire here, and holding it here, I open it, and this is more or less 1.5 centimeters. In this case, I think from here to here it's 1.2 or something. Let me check. It's 1. This is the wire spray. When we have a pattern designed for, when I originally designed the patterns, I always consider the wire spray. So it's only natural that it doesn't really match the original wire line because it already accounts for the wire spray. So if we find the middle of this half wire and we adjust the pattern, we now know that we want 18.6 centimeters wire line. But I think that this is too much cleavage for me, too much neckline. I want to close it a little bit, so I would add some more centimeters on the inner side, and that's what I'm gonna try and do today. So adjust this to my wire. So if I go ahead and mark the 18.6 centimeters from the edge here, I place my soft tape vertically so I can measure along the curve more accurately. And if I measure until I have 18.6, it will be here. So this means that our pattern, once this is sewn, it will stop here, and I want to add a little bit more cleavage here. So this is not very easy to do because it's almost a start over, and when we design the wire, we should have designed an horizontal line here as a reference, and a vertical line also to position the grain line and etc. Let me draw the rest of the wire. When I create any of our underwire patterns, I always start by designing the wire on my workspace. And to design the wire, you have to find the middle of the wire and you have to do a spray of the wire, which is something I've done here on this image on the right side. And of course, you need horizontal and vertical lines as reference. So that's what I'm drafting now, to have references so that I can then decide measurements and positions of the dart bust points, of the strap connection, and the coverage for the neckline, etc. However, today's test is not for you to learn how to do a pattern, underwire pattern. That would be much more complicated than this. It's just so you can see how easy or how intuitive it can be to change a little bit a pattern you already have. And so I will show you in the end of the video how I remade this cup, and instead of having the dart below the bust, we will then have a gathered effect below the bust with no dart and a little bit more coverage. I didn't go through the end. I didn't sew a bikini till the end because it's a style that I really don't think I would wear, but it's actually cute, but I don't think it's for me. That's it. If you want to try it till the end, and if you do it, please don't forget to share your experiments with us. And let us know if you want to see more tutorials and transformations or questions you may have. Bye, girls! After drafting this, I opened a dart and I did the slash and spray method. So I opened the lower part so that I can do the gathering that I was talking about. And actually, now that I'm editing the video, I feel like I need to sew this till the end until I have my bikini ready to show you. So as soon as I have time, I will do it and I will share with you girls on our playlist for the Rudi top.